pretty flat. Well, a lot of big guys out there.
And when they don't block, they can't do much else.
Right, and Adam Johnson and Jeff Williams relied upon to cover the court and play defense, and not doing it right now. Not well enough.
Here's the man we were talking about, Matt Lyles, playing a spectacular match so far. Williams, and Mitchell is all over him. Jeff Williams again, and he goes into the net. Give credit to the Paul Mitchell block. They look very, very organized. Give a little credit to their coach, Jared Elliott. Ma'a, Winslow, and Blanchard right there.
And Ludy's also now not comfortable setting the ball back over his head, getting pretty predictable.
Should be a free ball. Should be a point. Could be a point.
Low set, low set.
Whip it over to Williams. Oh, and is he rejected? Blanchard and Ma'a, two of the biggest, strongest players ever. This is power blocking at its best.
Salmons with a pretty good bump set, and Williams trying to take a rip. But look at Mike Blanchard. Played at Pepperdine, an All-American, an NCAA champion. Pono Ma'a, pretty good blocking tandem.
Blanchard led Team Cup volleyball in blocking 1 year, and so that is his value as Tom Duke sneaks one through. You might remember he used to wear the headband with block on it. 16-13 game 2.
That was a little cerebral message, you know, and when he wasn't blocking well, he tightened that thing up and hoped the message would get through.
That was a few years ago when we were in blocky 4, I think.
Well, Blanchard's just a blockhead, you know.
Stetson set it to Steffes. Dink! Johnson is there. Here's Blanchard. Will they give it to him? No! The dock tees off. Bill Stetson gets his first kill. He has played beautifully.
I hate to say it. It's cliched, but he's been operating.
I'll tell you right now, Dan Greenbaum probably get a call tonight. We don't need you anymore. You might as well stay in Japan, because Dr. Bill Stetson running the team very, very effectively.
Stetson's always played well at Team Cup.
Yeah.
Played a number of years in a row and always comes out and performs well.
Once again, the second half of our doubleheader, Karch Karai and Steve Timmons going up against each other. Coca-Cola and Team Toyota. That'll be coming up a little later as that serve out of bounds. Another point. Footlocker finally gets one. And let's see if Ricky Ludes can serve and get up to the net and do a little blocking.
Steffes has passed very well.
Salmons blocked that. They're on top of it. Winslow is rejected. Nice blocking by Team Footlocker.
Duke and Salmons, Steve Salmons with the mobility to both sides, and Tom Duke outside blocking, not losing track of his hitter. Watch Duke coming into your screen, following his hitter, and Salmons getting with him.
Stetson, back set Steffes, and that time going off Duke. So Kent Steffes showing that he can swing, going from left to right. 7 kills for Kent Steffes.
Steffes got a little testy when I asked him about the Olympic team.
He did.
You know, I would really, you know, he never said, no, I won't do it. Or no, I don't want to. He said, well, their guys are better than me, and this, that, and the other.
Hitting error. Set might have been a little low. Out of bounds. 19-15. Paul Mitchell with the lead. Ludes to Clark, and Clark hits it out of bounds. A lot of hitting errors, and a timeout taken. Paul Mitchell by 5 over Footlocker, coming back to the Great Western Forum after this. Footlocker and a disgusted head coach, Dennis Klein, his team trailing 1-0 and 5 points here in game 2. The director of Forum Volleyball and Tennis, the beautiful Jeanie Buss, married to Steve Timmons, of course, and she always does a great job in organizing this event.
It was a first-class operation, and Jeanie Buss, Team Cup Volleyball was her brainchild, along with Mike O'Hara. You know, Kristen, there's a lot of talk about starting a men's professional league in the United States, which I would love to see, obviously, in the next 3 or 4 years. And whoever is thinking of that ought to call up Jeanie Buss and say, you did it first. Please get involved with us. Obviously, she's got the operational and marketing experience and a great corporate contacts. I would love to see the people who are conceiving of this come to Jeanie, and they form a partnership and get it done.
Pretty good place to play.
Not a bad place to play. And, you know, actually, you know, make Team Cup the finals of the domestic league. And sounds pretty good, and there are a lot of people talking about it.
Hitting errors. In game 2, Footlocker had 10. They have 10. That's even more unbelievable. 21-16 is our score. This is Great Western Bank Team Cup Volleyball. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland. Paul Mitchell in black has dominated Footlocker in blue. Footlocker really needs something right now. Johnson's been playing well, 12 kills, but the inability to block the outside hitters of Paul Mitchell has cost Footlocker. They can't block the left.
Cannot block, but one of the few good transition plays that time by Footlocker. Ricky Luty's going back over his head, but Paul Mitchell coming right back with a good side out from the left side.
Pono Ma'a getting another kill on the left. He's been very, very impressive so far. Hitting, blocking, moving. Very good indoor player, a star at the University of Hawaii.
Struggled a little bit the first night of Team Cup, but come right back and played well in the second match.
Johnson got it. So Adam Johnson with the kill, his 13th. And Steve Salmons will put the ball in play. The alignment of Footlocker trying to get its act together. Dink, nice play by Johnson. And Duke not in position. He's in a backline position. Ma'a. And Pono. Pono's Ma'a, wherever she is, would be very proud of her son right now.
On her face. He's played very well. A couple of keys. Bill Stetson setting the ball throughout extremely well. Pono Ma'a has played much, much better. Adam Johnson again.
Second
double pancakes here. Free ball coming, and then
one more. He's going for the short stack, huh? As Duke puts one away. Big point in the match here. Footlocker needs to get going and get closer before the freeze. Remember, in game one, Footlocker was just too far back. They tried to come on. Ace! Serve. Roger Clark.
Roger Clark has struggled offensively, hitting the ball out of bounds and taking things into his own hands, trying to make a big contribution. This is a risky serve. We are not frozen yet. If he serves this ball out of bounds, costs his team a point.
Good to get him psyched up just a bit. Stetson. Block back. Stetson. Lyles off the hands. Oh, and Clark can't get there. And once again, Ricky Luty's kicking himself because he could not block Matt Lyles.
How much longer does he wait? You propose keeping the match up there. Still plenty of time. 24-20, 3 points away from the freeze.
I know what you're saying.
Freeze at 27.
I might tend to agree with you that if he just can't get the job done, as Winslow and Ma'a stuff one, it might not make any difference, but maybe put Salmons out there. That's what I do. Put Steve Salmons on the right side blocking.
I mean, the mastery of Craig Buck, who was by definition a middle blocker, was that he was smart enough to move himself in front of the other team's best hitter in specialized situations and just flat shut him down. Right now,
you think Luty should tell Salmons to get out on the outside on Lyles?
Let's just switch something up.
Duke is number 18, Salmons.
When you're in the game, though, difficult to do. Especially when you're running a 5-1. Ricky's thinking about serving and moving his team.
Let's see Salmons.
Is he going to move to the outside? No.
Let's see.
No, he's staying in the middle.
Right. Luty's and Salmons. And
Lyles
over the
again.
top. Boy, he went right over the top of Luty's and Salmons. That's on Matt Lyles.
And that's a mouthful. That's a reachful over the top.
10 kills for Matt Lyles. And so Lyles will serve.
Good serve.
Little tip, diving save, scooping dig, and Steffes stumps it down. Paul Mitchell.
That could be the backbreaker right there. Matt Lyles serves the ball from 20 feet behind the service line, comes in, makes the dig. There is the whiff, and there is Lyles. Good reaction by Blanchard. Didn't have to use his hands that time, so Blanchard was okay.
Footlocker
set the ball up there, and Footlocker has their foot's fallen asleep.
Yeah, they're in deep, deep trouble. Kent Steffes' squad looking very, very good. Paul Sunderland's team closing in. I hate to say it. Williams, finally, a put away. Now we're frozen. Paul Mitchell, 27. Footlocker at 22. Now both teams have to serve to score a point. Footlocker really has to turn it up. Serve a little tougher and get its block going. Duke. Another pretty good pass. Dink. And a good shot off the hands of Williams. So, you know, you talk about the auxiliary players, a guy like Mike Blanchard, Bill Stetson, they have all played well.
Well, experienced players, first of all, in a smart draft. Bill Stetson, again, when in doubt, jack the ball back over your head and spread the block, and Blanchard with a nice touch off the block.
Blanchard said, I'm coming up. I'm coming up. And the receive of Footlocker. Their passing's been okay. I don't think you can fault that. But Paul Mitchell just taking it to him. Left side, Steffes. No, not that time.
More balls have been set into the middle in game 2, probably at the instruction of head coach Danny Klein. But they're not putting them away. Remember I said earlier in the match that Ricky Ludes could not connect.
Yeah.
Well, but that's part of the setter's responsibility. I'm not trying to put this all at the feet of Ricky Ludes, but it's difficult to come in this all-star format and connect. But that's why you're an all-star. You got to do it.
Free ball, looking for a point. Right side, Clark. And Paul Mitchell digging it right up. Steffes. Stetson again.
Stetson is a smart player.
What is his specialty? Do you know, Paul? Is he
orthopedics?
Orthopedics. Okay.
So next time my knee falls apart, I'm going to call him up.
You mean like tomorrow? So Dr. Bill Stetson, who's played very, very well tonight in replacement of Dan Greenbaum, the USA national team playing a tour in Japan.
You think Greenbaum is the heir apparent to set the ball?
Yes. Right now he is.
Yes.
I agree.
But lots of challengers.
Lots of challenged young guys, but he's going to have such a big advantage over a lot of the kids coming in.
The experience. Talk about Canyon Seaman and Mike Seeley and Loy Ball and Chip McCaw. All still in college and all, you know, a couple of years before they have some big-time international experience. Greenbaum will be a vet by the time they show up.
Ponoma'a blocked.
Got to get your feet moving and get a swing.
Ma'a blocked. Good play by Footlocker. Footlocker gets a point, 27-23.
And if you're wondering why you haven't seen any back row hitting, the rules of Team Cup are different. Instead of the 3-meter or 10-foot line, it's 4 meters or 12 feet. So not a lot of back row hitting. This game is designed for rallies.
And you get them. Another chance for Footlocker. They need to put the boot to this one.
Nice set.
AJ, yes.
Nice set. Back over the head in transition.
And here comes Footlocker, 3 in a row as they close in.
Look at Ricky Ludes. You see him turning his body. You can tell he's not comfortable with the quick, aggressive back set. Turned his body a little bit, gave it away. But Adam Johnson, such a good hitter on the outside, able to rip the ball off the top of the block.
Paul Mitchell, Salon Hair Care, leading by 3. How many USC Trojans are there in Team Cup volleyball, and how good are they?
Bunch of them. Nick Becker, Greenbaum, Timmons, Duke, Stetson, Powers, Hovland, Steve Obradovich, Adam Johnson. Didn't Adam Johnson take his team to 3 NCAA finals? But in the Final Four, I think, all 4 years. Not to win a title. Great, great NC2A career.
Hey, we win this game, guys, huh?
Johnson, very underrated indoors. Great all-around player. And he is trying to bring his team back. Paul Mitchell won game 1. And did it rather easily. Paul Mitchell leading here in game 2, but Footlocker is coming on. Footlocker needs to block. Got some big guys up there. They need to start stuffing. Steffes. And over the top, Kent Steffes. A couple of guys that are beach stars, Steffes and Johnson. They look pretty good as indoor swing hitters, do they not?
And not easy to make that transition. Karch Kirai made it look very easy for a long time in Team Cup because he was spending so much time playing indoors. Now does not have that luxury. Great dig.
Stetson, Johnson. Oh, Stetson again! Bill Stetson, 2 in a row. He's digging again. He almost had another one.
Well, he knows his anatomy.
12 digs for Dr. Bill.
I told you.
Unbelievable.
I'll use the cliche for the last time. He's operating.
No, you won't.
Look at that one. Where did that hit him?
Chester.
The thorax. Keeping the ball in play. Watch him now. Watch Bill Stetson read the play and get in the right position.
27-24. That's why Paul Mitchell, oh, and it goes right through his hands after digging lips like that, perhaps perspiring, and Footlocker creeping now. 4 in a row for Footlocker.
Remember I said, excuse me, Chris, that Paul Mitchell wanted to win this match and get out of here 2 straight.
Yes.
They were hot, but you don't want Footlocker to get into a good, confident situation blocking-wise.
Here we go right now. Look at Matt Lyles in black, number 4. He's matched up against Ricky Ludy, standing right in front of him. If you're going to win, Footlocker's going to win. Ludy's has to block number 4, Lyles. It's coming to him most likely right now. See if Ludy's can do it.
Pretty good serve. Lyles going to get the ball.
Give it to Lyles. He's back off the net. Over Salmons. Great hit once again.
And straddling the 12-foot line.
Thought you said nobody could hit from back there.
I said it was against the rules to hit from inside of that line if you're a back row player. Don't put words in my mouth.
Aha.
Again.
Winslow with the serve. 27-25. Johnson. Stetson another dig. Jamming.
Oh, big play. That's a mistake.
And a couple of Paul Mitchell players banged into each other, and they're saying no.
Well, Bob Oshita called it double contact, and I really think that Footlocker talked him into it. There's Wink Davenport explaining to Captain Kent Steffes. Tight play at the net, but was it the same player? Pono gets the first one. There's the block. That's fine. Winslow touches it first.
Now,
that's a violation.
The black guys are saying that we were blocking, and they weren't. They were attacking.
No. It's a good call. Good call.
Ma'a with a dig. Williams thought he had it. Spatula not out quite far enough. Of course, that would have been legal had they been in blocking posture. Yes. Touched it, you can touch it again, but not when you spike, not when you go one hand. Of course, unless you say it's a Kong block, and that opens up another can of tuna. So Pono Ma'a with the serve. It's a 2-point game. Action is really intensified here as Footlocker playing perhaps its best ball behind Adam Johnson.
Well, they have hung in every game they have played. Lost in overtime last week. 2 games out of the 3.
Johnson.
Tough serve.
Very nice. Over to Lyles. And
touch.
Lyles, did he get a touch? He did. And Footlocker going bananas. Linesman saying it hit him in the pits.
I'll tell you, the linesman needs a bodyguard right now. Ricky Ludy's asking who touched it. Right in front of Bob Oshita. He did not signal the touch. Nice, smart play by Ricky Ludy's. Smart play. Court is back in session. The touch controversy has gone by. Ricky Ludy's in the front court, pushing the ball high off the Paul Mitchell block, saving a point opportunity that time.
27-25.
That's trouble. Tight set.
And the block. Salmons all over Steffes. Here comes Footlocker. Now within 1.
Dare I say, here come the footsteps. Steve Salmons reading the set. Now Salmons is on the outside. He's traditionally a middle blocker, letting Duke, number 18, take that role.
Salmons has come alive. 27-21 at the freeze point. Right. Suddenly Footlocker with 5 in a row, and Sambo is fired up.
Here are the front court players. Stetson is in the front court along with Mike Blanchard and Kent Steffes. I leave Steffes out on the left side.
I do
That's
too.
been where they've attacking the ball most efficiently, and he does stay there.
They set him.
Puts the ball away.
Good shot. Kent Steffes with a big league hit. Boy, talking more now than he did the whole summer on the beach, don't you think?
He just said more in the last 8 seconds than he did in a whole tournament weekend of cards.
More relaxed playing indoors? I have to think so.
Sure.
Not the pressure of playing and winning 13 straight beach tournaments.
Well, you diffuse the action. There are 6 players out there. You know, when there are just the 2 of you out there, and no place to hide. Everybody's serving him most of the summer, or if they're serving cards, he's got to come set the ball.
Salmons now with 6 kills. Ludy's giving him the ball. And Ludy's with the serve. Whip it over to Steffes. And off Johnson. I don't know if that was Johnson's ball. No. Jeff Williams looked like he had sucked way into the inside of the court.
But those are the kind of plays. That's a good block. That should be turned, fast break volleyball. Ricky Ludy setting that ball for a score. That ball should come up.
Steffes with good numbers so far. Paul Mitchell by 1. Williams.
Oh, great swing.
Very nicely done right on the top of the line. Give Williams the kill.
Jeff Williams at 6'2", going high and hard into the corner. That's an aggressive swing.
Very good rotation now for Footlocker. All the big guys are at the net to start off with. Look, they're going to block with 3 this time. 4-man block wasn't working. Left side.
Stetson getting pretty conservative here, setting left side in the latter stages of this match, but it's working beautifully.
12 kills for Ma'a. Oh no, doing it, and Steffes will serve. A long time for a point for Paul Mitchell. Right side Johnson, that's almost automatic. Bill Stetson has to come up with a miracle dig or the miracle cure every time. He just can't. The ball, just too much velocity.
Well, and again, 4 blockers. So instead of 3 defensive players, only 2. You have a lot more court to anticipate into and to cover as well.
Shank pass over to Ma'a.
Good bump set.
And he snaps it through.
Matt Lyles, once again, playing beyond his years. Not beyond his talent, beyond his years. That was a very, very mature play. Just brush off your hands, bump set the ball to the outside.
Matt Lyles is 23, in case you're wondering about his years. Johnson blocked. Ludi's. And trying to set back row, nobody there. Stetson, this could be a point. No! Salmons! You said set Steve Salmons and he blocked better, and it's worked out exactly like that.
Well, Salmons is into this match, and Ricky Ludi's got to get him the ball, 4 stuff blocks. You talked about Matt Lyles being 23. He'd be one of the oldest guys on Brazil's gold medal team. I think one of their middle blockers was 26, and he was an ancient character.
Kona Ma'a is just killing the Footlocker block. He now has 14 kills. And so Ma'a will serve. He's also going to block. He'll charge up the pipe. Paul Mitchell by a point. Game 2. Paul Mitchell won game 1. Footlocker trying to hang on. This would just be a crushing blow for Team Footlocker, a team that, quite frankly, you and I thought was pretty good that first night. They blew the first match, and they really need to win this game too.
Absolutely, otherwise they're out of the match. I mean, looking back to their scores from the first night, I mean, they were right in the match.
Won game 1, then got eked out in game 2.
34-32 they lose, and then 13-11 in overtime they lose.
Lyles is finally stuffed by Ludi's and Salmons, and we are tied at 27. So finally, Ricky Ludi's blocks Matt Lyles, and suddenly we are tied. What turned it around? Roger Clark's jump serve. The jump serve of Roger Clark. Remember it for an ace? 6 in a row for Footlocker. Johnson serving again. Let's see if they go back to Lyles. Would he do it? Yes. Here he comes. Oh! And he gets it down. Good shot. It almost went over, but he just got the arm inside.
Bill Stetson getting pretty conservative once again. It seems like early in the match, 50-50 sets going to the middle and outside. Lyles just sneaking the ball through. Again, good things happen, Chris, when you swing fast. You beat the block.
Coaches like to see hitting errors where you get blocked. They don't like to see you hit them out or hit them into the net. Williams got it. Jeff Williams. Hey, he's got the coffin corner. The far corner.
Played very well all season long in the American Beach Volleyball League, 4-man league for men. And you know, you have success in the game of volleyball, and you carry that sort of momentum and confidence over to another format. He's showing it here.
Steffes got it, and Team Footlocker players thought that was out. One thing that Al Skates instills on all of his Bruins is to question every call. Any kind of a touch, you say, no, 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 it's been a trademark. So any time you see the Bruins going bananas.
And 4 Bruins, multiply that times 4. And I think that's good. Get the linesman, everybody else thinking.
Paul Mitchell with a chance here.
Terrible set.
Oh, I almost thought that Tom Duke went and touched that ball. So maybe Team Paul Mitchell tightening up a little here, Paul.
Well, I think I was talking about the set distribution from Bill Stetson. The passing has been consistently good.
Let's get back to the quick set.
More and more, particularly for side outs, the setting has been going to the outside. Middle, the ball's dug.
Footlocker can take the lead on this play. No, Stetson is there with a pancake. Steffes. No, he's rejected. Ricky Ludi's. Yes, the USA champion from 2 years ago, hanging and conging this one down.
Ricky Ludi's hovering. Look at again the play by Bill Stetson. We do have a full stack now. Pancakes all over. Steffes with a little tip shot and rejected by Ricky Ludi's.
Footlocker with 7 straight points. 7 unanswered points. Footlocker leads by 1. We're playing to 30. Ricky Ludes, one of the keys, starting to block, getting the hang of it. He'll go against Steffes again. It's coming back over, and Salmons tomahawks it.
Game point for Footlocker.
Looks like Sunderland's team thought they had it wrapped up. Here comes Marlowe's squad.
Boy, how quickly you turn. How quickly you turn.
First game point for Footlocker.
Bad pass.
Now they said, Winslow, this could be it for the game.
Yeah.
Yes! Footlocker stores all over America celebrating. What a comeback. Down 27-21. Footlocker kicks booty on the way back. We're tied. We are back at Great Western Bank Team Cup Volleyball. Paul Mitchell won game one, had a 27-21 lead in game two, and never scored another point. Why not? Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland will tell you. Roger Clark came out and served a jump serve, got him off to a good start, started the comeback, and then Ricky Ludes started to clamp down. Steve Salmons played well.
I thought they played very well after the jump serve. That got them loosened up a little bit. Footlocker came out, they were dragging, they were playing flat. No excuses for it. They weren't hustling, making the big plays, expecting the block to do it all, and it wasn't. Finally, Ricky Ludes got a stuff block on Kent Steffes in the rally, and that got them going after the good jump serve. Long match, long game here, 54-51 offensively. Blocks, those are pretty good numbers for Footlocker. I think very good for Paul Mitchell, even though they trail by 3 defensively. Been a war. Bill Stetson, spectacular for Paul Mitchell. Service aces, Roger Clark, that French fry right there might have in fact lit up Footlocker. Hitting errors, 20, that's too many in 2 games, but it's been a couple of long ones.
So Captain Ricky Ludes, in the timeout, he said, Ricky, you got to start blocking, and he did. So the big kid,
How many stuff
once
blocks?
he starts blocking.
How many stuff blocks does Ricky Ludes have?
Let's take a quick look here. He racked up 4.
3 in game 2.
And Salmons with 3.
Yeah.
Duke also had 1.
6 stuff blocks between them in game 2, and not a lot of them early. That was really the key late. I think Salmons is the key to who wins. And let's remind the audience and the fans of the rules. We play to 11 points, score every time the ball is put in play until the freeze at 7. And this will be indeed a quick one. Got to get off to a great start.
You said Salmons would be the key. Salmons stuffs the first one straight down. Duke also there. And so Ludes will serve. 1-0 Footlocker. Could Footlocker rebound and pull this one out? Little pinball defense. Winslow. Oh, did he get that by Salmons?
Barely.
Salmons
just
was on
got it by. Winslow has played well. Excuse me, Chris.
I agree.
Coming in last-minute notice and showing a real quality player.
9 kills for Winslow. Was used very sparingly in game 2.
Not enough.
AJ, Williams, and Stetson is there. Nice dig by Willie. Williams, and into the net. Boy, that's a tough chance. He digs the ball. He's on his buns in the backcourt.
But a little miscommunication. Williams has got to scream to Roger Clark, high, because he was way in the backcourt digging the ball. You got to scream to get some altitude.
2-1, Paul Mitchell. Game 3. We're only going to 11. Left side, Williams. Got it. Ricky Ludes very confident in setting Jeff Williams. And so now Williams will serve. Matt Lyles has been a key so far for Team Paul Mitchell. There he is. He's hitting on the left.
Nice play. Winslow again quickly out of the middle. And you can see Stetson, when he's loose and feeling aggressive, he's getting the ball into the middle, even on the marginal pass. And that's what he's got to carry through the length of this game.
3 serving 2. Can't afford to make a serving error here, so you're going to see a lot of lollipops. Easy serves. Back set Johnson, and he's blocked. Blanchard gets his big paw on it.
4-2 lead for Paul Mitchell. Have not called Mike Blanchard's name for a while, but the way that Paul Mitchell is aligning themselves blocking, he and Pono Ma'a have been a very, very good duo.
4-2. Paul Mitchell with a 2-point lead. 4th block for Mike Blanchard.
Overpass. That's a great save.
Fabulous save. Fabulous
Ricky Ludes reaching up, pulling that ball.
There's only one other setter in America can make that play, and he is Loy Ball. And he's at Indiana, Fort Wayne, Purdue, and he's 6'8". Maybe the setter of the future for the United States. Pretty good block there.
Another overpass.
Terrible play by Footlocker.
Cost you a point.
Pretty good block.
You a point. Again, ping pong scoring. A point is scored every time the ball is put in play until we get to the freeze point of 7.
And Footlocker going to take a quick timeout. So will we. Coming back to the Great Western Forum. 5-3, Paul Mitchell. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland, Great Western Bank Team Cup Volleyball. A thriller that's going right down to Game 3. Paul Mitchell won Game 1. Footlocker, tremendous comeback in Game 2. And now we find ourselves in Game 3. Mitchell by 2. Pono Ma'a. Paul Mitchell, for identification purposes, in black. Ludes, Stetson with a dig, looking for a point here. And they set the wrong guy. Pono Ma'a not eligible. Johnson's eligible, and he snaps it through.
That's setting the right guy. Knowing the traffic and communicating, and that could be the key to who wins this match. That mistake right there. When you're an eligible hitter, you have to scream for the ball in long rallies and transition.
You know, they talk about a 2-point switch in basketball. Well, that really is in volleyball, because you're going to get a point, and Clark serves out of bounds on his jumper. Paul Mitchell gets one. Paul Mitchell now by 2. Clark had that jump serve ace, so you really can't fault him too much. And now Matt Lyles, the former 49er great, wants to play on the national team desperately. He's going to get a chance. Johnson, and he's blocked. Not much AJ can do on that one. Kent Steffes, his former partner, rejecting him.
Not wanting to give Paul Mitchell a free ball, looping the ball over the block. So he did the smart thing. You hit the ball at the block. Ricky Ludes back over his head. You can't even see Adam Johnson. This ball is set outside the antenna and several feet off the net. He did the smart thing, hit the ball at the block, hope he can get a cover.
You saw Kent Steffes looking up the scoreboard here. The players really can't see the score. There's a brand new, beautiful scoreboard here at the Great Western Forum. It is huge. When they look up, they're looking for the score, but it's really on the outside of the court. There it is. But when the players look up, you don't see the score on the sideboard. That's for us.
You know what I would like to see? You know what would be an interesting innovation all around the country is to insert the score for the players on the bottom.
Wink Davenport informs me that we are frozen. Footlocker gets one more point. 7-5 is our score. And now both teams must serve to score a point.
Yep, exactly. You'll see the jump serve, I would think, from Adam Johnson.
Why not? AJ thinking about it. And Johnson says everybody frozen, so here he comes. Let's see if he jumps it.
Yeah, that was permission to jump serve because we're frozen.
Here he comes. Had a toe fault earlier, and he whacks it out of bounds. His serve so effective on the beach. A little different indoors. Don't have the wind to help you out much.
Right. And the wind certainly does help. When you're on the good side, you bomb it into the wind. You have to make that adjustment with the toss, with the contact, and a much lighter ball used indoors.
But easier to take off, certainly. Ludes, Duke. The Duke of downtown terminates one. I asked Tom where he's staying these days, and Brett Winslow said, I think it was Brett, no, it was David Rotman who said, one of the substitutes, he said, he's sleeping on my couch.
Sounds like the good old days on the national team, doesn't it?
And if you know anything about Santa Barbara, a lot of guys that sleep on the couch anywhere in the world come from Santa Barbara.
Well, but that's the penthouse. The couch is the penthouse. It's in the driveway or out on the lawn out in front that's not so good.
Bill Stetson, nice shot. So the doctor, number 1, he has played very, very well. One of the keys to the Paul Mitchell effort. Paul Mitchell undefeated and Footlocker winless. So a critical match for Team Footlocker. They may be going out of a chance at the playoffs in this one. Chance at the final 2.
Any chance to advance into the top 2 where anything is possible. Nice cover.
Whip it over to Willie. And Williams got it. Great shot.
Was that a crucial swing? When you're an outside hitter, you got the sky ball set spinning your direction. You don't really have time to get back and make the good approach because you participated in the block. Look at Willie. 1, 2 big steps, get some motion in your feet so you can get some altitude. Nice swing.
Steffes gets the side out and the kill.
Stetson moving the ball around very well. He was really in a pattern of setting the ball left side. Now he's going middle and right and having a lot of success.
If you're wondering about the money, each player receives $725. Clark blocked. Did he have it up? No, he could not get there. And the point going to Paul Mitchell. $725 for each player on the winning team. $425. Is that correct? Yeah, $425 for each player on the losing team. And right now, Footlocker thinking about that $425, how close they're getting to it.
This is what's at stake throughout the course of the season. Final night, the winning team will take home $3,600 per player, $1,800 for second, $1,350, and on down the line. There will be some most valuable player awards. An exciting, very exciting last night, playing for a lot of money.
Ludies, Jeff Williams, 8-5 is our score. Williams needs to put one away here. And it's going back at you. Ma'a keeps it alive. Fabulous defense. Ludies, Williams, score.
Ludies going left side. Steve Salmons wanting the volleyball in transition. But I'll tell you, Paul Mitchell, if there's a best defensive team so far in this competition, it is clearly Paul Mitchell. Lyles, Pono Ma'a, Bill Stetson digging the ball.
Bill Stetson has been unbelievable so far. Lyles shanks one left, and a point for Footlocker. Footlocker and Paul Mitchell. Paul Mitchell won game one. Footlocker game two. This is game three. Second half of our doubleheader is coming up. Karch Garai and Team Toyota. Yes, Karch is healthy, we think. Going up against Steve Timmons, Craig Buck, and Coca-Cola. Stetson, rocket, shot by Brett Winslow.
Salmons has got to get some help. Now, Footlocker only blocking with 3 players. Salmons got to get some help there on the quick set. Winslow doesn't have a number now, but maybe gets the number of his choice after the way he's played.
Well, he has certainly earned himself a shot. If the national team players come back, that doesn't hurt you, it's just a side out. But if the national team players come back, this is a showcase for him. He might not play with Paul Mitchell, but he could be picked up by another team. I'll tell you, a team that could use him is Footlocker.
Do they need another big guy?
Maybe.
I'm not so sure.
Well, why not? They're only blocking with 3 part of the time. A dig. Ludies will set Johnson. 8-6 is our score. Paul Mitchell trying to save a point. Lyles, Salmons.
Good play by Salmons to find that ball.
Johnson. Got it! A.J. with a deep 6.
Coming from Ricky Ludies, his former partner on the beach. Maybe they'll be together again one day. We'll have to wait and see.
Salmons serving. And Salmons now on the right side against Lyles, taking the suggestion. Ludies has moved inside. Little tip and down. Blanchard got lucky on the paintbrush.
Well, we know Blanchard's got good touch because he's a chiropractor and just getting the end of the appendage on the ball. Look at that. Just the... Boy, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Adam Johnson coming for the pancake and couldn't make the play. Tough chance.
Paintbrush kill for Mike Blanchard. 8-7, game 3. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland here on Prime Network. Great Western Bank Team Cup volleyball. And our first match of the evening going right at it.
Nice swing.
Does Ricky Ludies have confidence in Adam Johnson? He's setting him literally every time.
Do you think they should get back together on the beach? Do you think that's the best combination for both of them?
Possibly. Possibly, as Roger Clark with the jumper. And Lyles into the antenna.
Matt Lyles got aced. Now he hits a ball into the antenna and out of bounds. Maybe starting to question himself just a little bit. Roger Clark tried to serve it.
And perhaps Footlocker getting the hang of it. There's the block. Ludies and Salmons timing there now. Timeout. Timeout called.
Said that Steve Salmons would be the key in this short game to 11, blocking impact players. They get the job done. Ricky Ludies setting the block against Matt Lyles, but Steve Salmons, number 12, getting there, finishing off, and then celebrating. Pretty good pass. Stetson starting to go left side predominantly here, and look at Steve Salmons filling it up.
So So Steve Salmons has been the key at the net, and AJ in the backcourt and doing some hitting. The big plays by the big Sambo. Little extra buku money. Captains get $1,000 each, coaches $1,000 each, bonuses. These 4 sponsor MVP awards, so you can rack it up. Championship MVP, consolation MVP, so a lot of money to be made every time Footlocker had a swing for a point after the freeze. They have converted. They're 4 for 4. 9-8 Footlocker. Looking for a block? No. Mike Blanchard moving over to the right side.
Good adjustment. Experienced team out there, save for maybe Matt Lyles and Brett Winslow. But Mike Blanchard and Bill Stetson have played a lot of volleyball together and just say, hey, let me swing it one over on the right. They're doubling up on me in the middle.
Blanchard's strength in the middle and on the right. Matt Lyles, after a great start, has cooled off just a bit. Luty's Duke. You get the feeling Footlocker has that confidence. You look at them all slapping each other. The Bruins are slapping the Trojans, and that's a good sign. Tom Duke, one of those Trojans.
They make one big play at the end, and it is not only going to probably win the match for them, but give them a lot of confidence the rest of Team Cup.
Johnson. Paul Mitchell now trying to hang on. Blanchard. Speared by Luty's. Whip it to Williams. Not yet. Great dig by Lyles.
Joust coming.
And nope, it's still going. Luty's. Play of the match right here. Blocked! Luty's and Salmons, or Salmons and Luty's, or Sluty's.
I think it was Sluty's. Both teams playing good defense and hustling. You make the slightest mistake, the ball set too tight for Mike Blanchard. He could not make the play, but Salmons at the net. Not only blocking the ball, 7 stuff blocks for Steve Salmons, but making some tough finds and some gets out of the net.
It is match point for Footlocker, and AJ drills the bottom of the net. Blanchard will serve. Paul Mitchell has gone dead in the water.
Not serving tough after the score has been frozen. Paul Mitchell got to get some jump serves in there, something tougher.
Luty's, Williams, snap it out. Out of bounds, and Paul Mitchell within 1.
Must win by 2, no cap involved anywhere in the games in Team Cup. But do you notice after the freeze, Paul Mitchell kind of stuck in that same situation, serving the ball pretty easy here. Going outside.
Williams. Sneaking it through. I don't know why the Paul Mitchell guys didn't go for that. That wasn't that far away. 17 kills for Jeff Williams. He had 19 coming in, so he is the Great Western Bank Team Cup leader. Now, second match point for Footlocker, trying to close the locker.
It's in the net.
That's it. Fabulous comeback for Footlocker. They blew their opening match, but not tonight. Denny Klein getting his first win. 2 games to 1. Footlocker closes it out. Stay with us. We're back. Great Western Bank Team Cup Volleyball. Our first match is over. It went right down to the wire. Paul Mitchell won game 1, but couldn't put it away in game 2. They led 27-21 and never scored another point. And then finally, Footlocker pulling it out. Our prime network player of the match, Sambo. Steve Salmons, he's with Paul Sunderland. Paul?
None other than, I said Steve Salmons would be the key in game 3. Certainly was. I'm looking at the numbers right here. 8 kills, solid, 7 stuff blocks. That's what you get paid for.
Right.
But this is a team, Footlocker, that very much frustrated in losing last week to Coca-Cola and came out and struggled here early. What turned that around?
Well, we came out real slow tonight. I mean, we were off, and starting to get some blocks, get some momentum going, and that turned it around. All of a sudden, there was energy on our team, and we came back and we did what we should have done last week, is put it away.
Well, you put an absolute stop to Matt Lyles and Ponoma and some of the others on the outside. And I really thought it was the blocking of you and, of course, Ricky Luty's that got things done.
Yeah, Ricky Ludes is a solid blocker, and when we're blocking together, I feel we can stop anybody.
You played an awful lot on the four-man beach tour this year. Did that keep you in really good shape for a Team Cup and bring you in with a good frame of mind?
Yeah, the four-man beach volleyball is very, very hard on your body, keeps you in great shape. It's almost harder than six-man out here because you're running around in the sand trying to hit middle.
Team Cup got some unique formats to it. Now, you were blocking with 4 players most of the time, and then Roger Clark came in for Reed Sunahara, and that seemed to work a little bit better. Is it tough sometimes blocking with 4? Does it seem crowded up there?
Yeah, it really does, and you know, Jeff Williams, when he's up there, is not as the strongest blocker, and we tend to leave a little bit of holes, so we went to the 3-man block with the 3 guys that are the best blockers on the team, and we closed it out.
All right, congratulations to you, Steve. Big match here tonight. You pulled it out of the fire for Footlocker. Footlocker, big win over Paul Mitchell. Now, coming up next, we've got a very special volleyball guest. You may recognize him. You may not. He looks a little different.